This is a horror game podcast. It is meant for mature audiences. It may contain adult language, violence, and sexual themes, as well as shocking revelations. Viewer discretion is advised. Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome back to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I will be playing the Pulp Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Thom Raley. The campaign is Two Headed Serpent. It was written by Paul Fricker, Scott Dorward, and Mathew Sanderson. It's available directly from Chaosium and also from Drive-Thru RPG. I am the Keeper of Arcane Lore, and this is episode 20. Our recap will be given by Cone Lighton as his hero, Goose DuPont. So, without any further delays, let's continue our journey into the darkness. Go on.
The warehouse fiasco wasn't the end of the blows to Caduceus. We returned to HQ to gather our gear for the trip to Oklahoma. Before, we had noticed Tyranniche drawing on the wall, in a different style than she was doing before. It turns out this was to facilitate her escape. Fern overheard her saying that she refuses to serve either the father of snakes or the mother of darkness. And then she stepped into a portal and disappeared. We have told her about Buzz's workshop, so I hope she leaves some means of coming into contact with her there. Fern did manage to sneak out a book that Tyranniche was busy with in the chaos of her escape. The book had, among other things, pictures of Chinese tablets in it. When we get back to the civilized world, we might find a real language professor to see about some translations for this. The book also had some notes from Dr. Gonzalez that the conflict on Mu were from multiple different groups, and it mentioned that there was a doomsday device on the island to plunge the world into eternal darkness. In the event Mu ever moved back into our world, it could cause giant tsunamis. Meadam seemed to have built, or at least tried to build, a portal in the New York City headquarters. And is this what all those machine parts pertaining to generating power were for in the warehouse? Or were those for some other purpose? Caduceus was also shipping machine parts to Brazil, though I haven't the faintest clue what those could be for. We were the only people on our train who got off at Bingham, Oklahoma, besides the Bible salesman and his son that we met on the train. In Bingham, there were two possible places to book a room, so we split up. Me and Buzz went to the Deerhead Saloon, while the rest of the group checked into Bingham Hotel. Bingham is quite a change of pace after the luscious jungles of Borneo. Saying that it's dry would be understating it. Goggles and handkerchiefs are a must when going about. The sand is blowing through the streets in this constant dust bowl. Buzz was very generous with buying drinks for the patrons in the saloon, and very soon they started sharing all manner of weird stories. The people in the saloon seemed not too impressed with the miracles of Reverend Cornfield. The Reverend apparently went out into the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights and came back looking younger. This is when he started preaching a wholly different gospel. Buzz kept passing around the whiskey, buying rounds, and they told us of a few of the miracles that the Reverend has worked, which seems like a good place to start investigating about what's going on in this town. We heard about George Hansen, who sleeps under the floorboards. Cornfield saved his body, maybe not his soul, after he was crushed by lumber. There's also Pearl Schoenbaum, who suffered from a skin condition before the priest's intervention. She was caught shedding her skin. I need to be careful to not let these town folks know that this sounded pretty familiar to me, lest they run me out of town. Gregory Shaw told us about his wife. Reverend Cornfield helped her deliver their firstborn, a son. Nothing out of the ordinary, you'd say, but a week later, she also laid a bunch of eggs that she keeps in a hot stove. All in all, I have to say, having some serpentine traits is nothing bad, seeing as half our group consists of hybrids now, and we're not bad. Well, for the most part at least. But the stories these town folks told me and Buzz did send a shiver down my scaly spine. It seems that there is something weird going on here. We haven't ascertained if the transformation miracles were by consent or not. We do not know if the Reverend Cornfield that came back from the wilderness is the real Cornfield or not, and if not, why his belief system changed after going into the desert. Why did he go in the first place? We have enough questions now. Now it's time for answers.
So if I recall, and I'm not sure that I do, some of you were at the saloon, some were at the hotel. Did you guys get together after
We
that?
were planning on it, but I don't believe we actually had made it yet.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you want to do? Each of you then will be where you were.
I think we've communicated over our radios, right? Okay.
Yeah, I think that did happen.
That's what you did. Yeah.
So everybody kind of knows what everybody else knows. I think Jack and Goose are going to. Unless we're meeting up first, I think we're going to go to Peggy the Shaws and investigate the egg laying. And the others, we're going to go investigating the man that sleeps under his floorboards.
Well, before we take off for there, I wanted to stop by Mortimer's room and get a Bible from him.
Okay. That's not a problem at all. He'll sell you one.
Hopefully cheap.
When he does, I'm really keeping an eye out. Is he pulling a me, or is he a legitimate Bible salesman?
He seems to be a legitimate Bible salesman. So he supplies you with a Bible. All right, let's do Peggy Shaw first then. You're going to head to Peggy Shaw's house. You've been given directions as to where it is. It's obviously a small house, not too expensive. The Shaws, Peggy and Gregory, are both 19, so it's kind of a starter.
Okay. I think on our way over, or like, Goose, you got like expertise in like, what is it? What do you do? Like spy stuff?
Yeah. I did, especially during the war, but also after a bit.
Yeah. How do you want to handle this? Do we want to both go up to the door, or do you want me to like run a distraction and you try to get a peek inside the back way, or do we feel like they're going to be forthcoming with, showing us their eggs?
I think we can go the straight way first, see how forthcoming they are with details, and depending on how they act and the answers, we can also always try to sneak in later. We just arrived in the town. No need to, try our luck and hope we don't get caught or doing something.
How do we want to present ourselves?
So, yeah. I got if the husband is there.
The husband's at the bar.
Okay, we saw him when we left, so we know he's not there. Okay, then we might go the way of being convinced that the Reverend has worked miracles, and we want to check out what happened or something. That we heard that he, worked his magic on her or
Okay.
help them deliver. We could also try say that one of us has a wife that is pregnant and is almost due, and we're very worried, and as she's since recently had a baby, ask her
Yeah.
for tips, but don't feel too good about that route.
We're ready to put her on the train if we find out this is kind of real thing out here. Whoever has the pregnant wife, I can have the pregnant wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you're approaching the house. You're just walking around town. So you walk up. It's, little typical white house with a picket fence, and nothing's growing in the yard anymore because of the dust. Everything's covered in brown dust. Um, you go up to the front porch, and the wood of the house squeaks. There's a couple steps going up to the porch. And you go up and knock on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You knock on the door, and it takes a couple of seconds, but you hear somebody shuffling around inside. And eventually, you notice the curtains on the window near the door sort of pull back, and a woman peeks out at you. And then she comes over to the door and opens it, but she only opens it a little bit.
Yeah.
And she says, "Yes, can I help you?"
Yes, ma'am. Sorry for just showing up on your doorstep. My name is Buzz. This is my friend Goose. Um, and we come to Bingham because we've heard. I don't know how to just. I guess there's no delicate way to say it. My wife is back east, pregnant, and she's a little worry about difficulties, and in my search for some sort of solution, I heard talk of a preacher here that was working miracles or something. So me and
Well,
my
yeah, you should consider bringing your wife here and have the pastor. He's got the healing touch. He can lay his hands on you or lay his hands on your wife, and she'll be just fine after that. At this point, she's relaxed a little, and the door's opened a little bit more. She's a rather pretty girl, like I say, 19 years old. She's got dark hair. She's wearing like a blue polka dot dress, and she is very obviously pregnant again.
How did we hear from the townsfolk how long ago her last birth was?
Not long
Pretty
ago.
recent. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Is
in the
what I'm
last
going
couple of
for.
months.
Yeah.
so we stopped in as a saloon to kind of hear what folk had to say, and they kind of pointed us in your direction and said that the Reverend had helped you with your pregnancy. So that
Did you see, was Gregory there? Did you see him?
I think
My
there was
husband?
I think there was a Gregory there, right? Goose, there was a Gregory.
Uh, there were so many new people that I cannot remember. I'm sorry.
Did he say anything to you?
Nope.
I don't. Yeah,
Not that I know.
I don't.
She's
I
like,
don't recall.
come inside. The dust is getting in the house." She opens the door and sort of walks into the middle part of the house. Um, Despite the fact that, she's been trying to keep it out, you can still see there's, a thin layer of dust everywhere. Not unusual in this town. She said, "Please come inside. Can I get you boys something, some coffee or tea?"
Some water would be enough for me. Thank you.
All right.
I would turn down tea if you have it handy.
Have a seat there on the couch, and I'll get that right away. And she, with her hand on her back, she shuffles into the kitchen.
I lean over to Goose. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm not good at this spy stuff. Should I be using our real names or not? I mean, it's too late now, but
I mean, this is a small town in the middle of nowhere. I don't think our names are known here.
yeah.
Now, if we do something to warrant suspicion, we might want to use other names after, but for now, this seems fine.
All right.
What do you? She's pregnant again? This is not possible, right?
I wouldn't think so, but I've seen a lot of not possible things the past month or so.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
She comes
Do we-
back with the water and the tea. She says, "Now my husband, he's having a hard time. You understand? He's having a hard time. He's not as enthusiastic as I am with the preacher and his new message, but he'll come around eventually. He just doesn't understand things as well as I do. And you can see her occasionally glance over towards the stove. It's a cast iron stove. So there
Yeah.
is area underneath it. You can see there's kind of a box underneath it. She says, but he's a good man. He's a very good man.
Well,
And I love him just dearly.
I'm
what's
sure
his-
he is. If you picked him out, if he picked you out, he must be a good fella. So where's the little boy? You had a boy, right?
Oh, he's
What's
in
his
the other
name?
room asleep.
Oh.
Jonathan.
Jonathan. It's a nice name for a boy.
Yeah, it's his grandfather's name. On my side. We agreed that would be a good name. But I'm deeply concerned for my husband because I think he might be falling in with the wrong kind of crowd. There's people in this town that don't exactly believe in what Reverend Cornfield is trying to bring to them. They don't see the beauty of it and the miracle of it. They just see that it's not the same old Pentecostal religion that they're but the preacher is fearless. He proves himself to be a bastion of the Holy Spirit. He handles snakes, dangerous snakes, and they never bite him. Just like in the olden days, like it says in the scriptures, they shall handle snakes. This shall be a sign unto you. You should go to his church. You should see him. He's a wonderful, wonderful man.
I imagine we will. I'd like to meet him before I, go through the trouble of calling back home and get my wife on a train out here. But I mean, what did he do for you exactly? If you don't mind me asking.
Oh, with Jonathan, I was having a terrible time. I was already past my time, and the baby just wouldn't come. And I was going in and out of labor for days and days, and it was just wearing me down to nothing. I thought I was going to die. A lot of people die giving birth to children, and I was afraid I was going to just have the life sucked out of me. And the preacher who had recently returned from the desert, he came and told me there's nothing that I needed to worry about. And he laid his hands on me. It wasn't inappropriate. I was fully clothed, and he laid his hands on me and he said a prayer. And almost immediately the pain went away. And within an hour, I gave birth to Jonathan. It was as easy as it could have possibly been. He's just a wonderful person, a miracle worker.
He just said a prayer over you? I mean, was it like
That's all. He just touched me and he asked God to ease my pain and deliver the child safely. And it was.
So it's like a normal, just Christian type prayer.
Of course,
Hmm.
yes.
Was it in English or maybe some language you didn't know, like
I
Latin
don't
or
think he
something?
knows any other languages, but yes, it was in English.
Hmm.
Sure. Ain't no point in preaching to people in another language when they don't speak it.
No, man,
Well,
I thought maybe God worked through him and was, speaking.
Well, I think you should bring your wife here and she'll be just fine. Just tell the preacher what you need and he'll do it for you.
and you and the husband have been getting busy again, I see.
Oh no.
Well, good luck
But
with. Oh,
Jack
but
absolutely chokes on his tea.
he I don't know, that husband of mine. I'm afraid he might be, I don't know. He's not taking it well. I hope he doesn't try and do something foolish.
oh. Okay.
So,
If,
go ahead.
no, no, you go ahead.
So your husband, it, I mean, again, is this baby? I mean, with your husband, you said y'all been having, I guess, disagreements, or
Well, I can't explain it. I'd say that, wherever great good is, there is also great darkness. That when God shines a light, there's always somebody to fill your mind with doubt. I think his mind is just filled with doubt right now because of some of the other people in the town. Not everybody, some of the people stopped going to church despite the fact that they've seen these miracles. And he hangs out in that saloon a little too much, I think. I've told him he should come home and be do his husbandly duties, but he's just not. I think he's just confused, though. He's a wonderful man, and that's why I married him. I love him, but he's still young and impressionable.
and you said his
And
name was George
Gregory,
Gregory. Well,
Gregory,
I mean, I guess
Gregory Shaw.
yeah,
we'll look for him, and next time we're back around the saloon, I guess, and
Well,
see if we
that's
can get it.
good, and it's been very nice having you here, and thank you for visiting. But if you don't mind, I'm a little tired, being in a
what
family way and all.
Oh, absolutely. My wife, she sleeps all the time. Sometimes I wonder if she's really there. She's in the bedroom so much just asleep.
Well, it's only for a few months, and then it's all taken care of. Then you'll have a new baby. You'll have all the joy in your life.
Well, I'm excited for it, and hopefully, if she comes out here, this Reverend can make things easier, and you know maybe build ourselves a little life here, even.
Well, the best of luck to you. And she stands up, and it's obviously that she's kind of ready for you to.
Time to go.
yeah, yeah. I'll just also congratulate her on and good luck with her next baby. Do you have a name in mind? I say as I also stand up and
I
make
have
ready to.
I haven't really thought about it yet. I want my husband to be part of that. So you have a nice day now.
You too, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, let's jump to, let's see, what are the others doing? Uh, Stoney, Jude, Dr. Jude, Lloyd, Fern.
Were
Did
we going
y'all
to go
wanna
check out the man under the floorboards?
see if it's like a either that or Pearl? Uh, could check on her skin condition.
Right. Either way, I figure we can play it up as, oh, we heard their stories of being healed and we came to check it out.
As a medical professional, of course, I'm very excited to learn about these remarkable occurrences.
Maybe I can learn how to speak again.
No, I don't think so. There's miracles and then there's miracles after all.
Right, we have to see the preacher man to lay hands on you for that to happen, Floyd.
Just give you a dirty look. Just staying quiet.
Right. So you guys are heading to the Schoenbaums, which is a fairly nice-looking house attached to a blacksmith's.
Just remember, Floyd, if you have any needs to communicate, you can use your sign language.
Or just casually do that.
These people wouldn't even know what that means. So as you're coming down the street, long before you actually get there, you can hear the clang of a blacksmith hammering against an anvil.
There a little coal smoke that cuts through the dust?
Yeah. And you can hear the sound of the bellows.
How's he out here working in this? Breathing conditions are horrible.
Yes, well, I mean, he's probably got a cloth over his face. But blacksmith doesn't have a decent respiratory situation in the best of times, really.
So as you're walking towards the thing, you can see the blacksmith shop, and yeah, the front end of it is open. You can smell the smoke. You can see the fire inside. You can see a man. I'd say he's probably in his mid-50s, though he looks a lot more worn out and wrinkly than you would expect. It's somebody who works hard every day. However, he is extremely muscular. And he has got a hammer, and he is looks like he's making horseshoes or something like that. And then the house is attached to that in the back. He doesn't see you coming up. You tell me how you approach.
I'm staying right close to Fern, just kind of like trying to look socially awkward, just kind of like looking a little down and just stand behind her, kind of like how a scared kid would be with their mom.
I guess should we just walk up? It's not like I'm trying to hide anything.
Yeah. Do you think we should split up, maybe talk to the husband separately from the wife? Like two of us go talk to the wife and two of us stay talk to the husband?
That'd probably be a good idea. Maybe Floyd and I can go check out the mom.
Okay.
Very good.
So we'll deal with those who come to the blacksmith first. How do you get his attention? He seems enwrapped in what he's doing.
Just kind of walk up close-ish to where he's standing and just kind of stand there until I can eventually catch his attention.
Okay. Yeah, he stops in mid-swing and sort of looks back at you, and he's like, can I help you?
Hello, stranger. We're the strangers. We're just recently off the train from out of town. Seems there's a call gone out all over from this your little village, and from what we hear, there's miraculous things afoot.
I said, I don't know nothing about that. And he just starts pounding again. You folks, you should think twice before you start following messages you're getting on the radio. Says just you should mind your own business. Go back to wherever you came from.
Well, you see, sir, my name's Harrow. I'm a medical man. Uh, did
Doctor?
Yes, that's right. Saw a lot of horrible things in the Great War, and it's not just the messages people are getting over the radio, but words got out that there's healing here. And as a doctor, I'm more than curious to see what's happening, whether there's something that could be learned, or whether there's somebody up to some kind of hoax, or just what's going on.
Not a hoax, you say? Uh, Look, we don't have nothing to do with that cornfield fella.
That's the preacher who's gotten all magic.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, he's probably in league with the devil himself.
Hmm. So it's devil's healing, or is all the tales of healing just a bunch of myth making?
No. He I don't know why I'm telling you this. I ain't no learned man, but I don't know. The devil can come in many disguises, and he might just be pretending to heal, because my wife was suffered from a horrible skin disease her whole life, and he seemed to heal her, but she ain't the same. Something's wrong.
I,
And
is her,
he almost shudders when he says it.
I mean, has her personality changed? Like, is
I
she
don't know
mean to
about
you?
personality, but she's just, I don't know how to explain it. She does things that she never did before. Uh, my wife, my wife was a perfectly normal, except for, we all have illnesses, and she, she, I don't even know how to say it. She takes off her skin. She sheds her skin, and in this horrible situation that we're in, she sunbathes. She's probably up on the roof right now sunbathing.
In this heat.
So doesn't seem to affect her. I think she's of the devil now too, but all I can do is keep her tightly. I told my family they can't have anything to do with that preacher any longer, that there's something wrong. I might not know what it is, but I know that they should not be associating. That preacher's done something to her. It's not natural. He went out into the desert. He came back. How could he survive in the desert?
Did you see him heal your wife?
Yeah, he came in. He prayed over her, and he touched her skin, and within a day it all sort of peeled off like a sunburn, and she was perfect. She was positively glowing, and I was actually kind of relieved and happy. What a wonderful thing. But then she started taking her skin off, and over, just about every month she's doing it now.
Did his prayer seem strange to you? Unusual?
No, I mean, he asked for the Lord to heal her, and all he did was touch her. All he did was lay his hands on her, and he said God would do the work. He was just the conduit, whatever the hell conduit means.
So she's sunbathing in the heat and the dust, and she's molting her skin. Has she changed in any other way?
No, not particularly, except
And
that I won't let her go out.
really, she doesn't attend services then?
Nope, I won't let my family go anywhere, nor my daughter, nor nobody.
And you're, as the Smith in town, your family's probably been here longer than just about anybody.
Been here a long time, yeah.
How
A lot
long?
of old families in this town.
How long have the cornfields been around?
Oh, the cornfield's been around for a while too.
And you were in
Uh,
good company with them until this trip to the desert?
yeah, we went to church. I mean, he got a little crazy. He told us that, all his concern was for the welfare of his congregation, and that God had he didn't believe that God was punishing us by sending this horrible dust storm, but he said that he had to know for sure. And he walked out into the desert one day and said he wasn't going to come back until he had answers. He didn't take no food, no water with him. We all thought that he was dead. We thought a week later he just died out there in the middle of the desert, because who could survive? But then he came back, and he looked better than he did when he left. And he seemed to be so full of life and happiness, and it was like we got our preacher back from 20 years ago. But then he started, it was subtle at first. He started changing little things during his sermons and preaching, and said that there were a lot of incorrect things in the Bible that had been screwed up by the English. And he was working on a better translation, but it just got too much, It
Really?
just got too much.
Did your Reverend Cornfield say he met some angel in the desert or something?
He said that God spoke to him,
Well, spoke to.
and that God gave him this gift to heal people's souls. And, well, I mean, at first it seemed miraculous, but as it's gone on, I'm not so sure. I've heard some weird things about other people in the town as well.
What direction did he go into the desert?
Oh, he went south.
What's down there as far as you know?
As far as I know, nothing at all. It starts to get into the hill country in that direction, but it's all just scrub brush and cactuses and very little.
There are native folk down south?
If you go far enough, you're going on to the reservations. I forget what, for some reason in my head, I want to say Seminole. That's Florida. I'll look it up, but
Yeah.
if you go far enough, you're going. Some of those hills are sacred to the Indians.
Did he take a mule or
Nope.
just a Bible and his own shoe leather?
I don't know that he even took a Bible. He just went out there with the clothes on his back, no water, no food, said that God would provide. Frankly, we all thought that he was going out there to just give up and die. And we'd pretty much for a few weeks thought that's what had happened. And then he came walking out of that dust storm, and
He came back in a
fresh and
dust storm.
clean. Well, it was always a dust storm,
Yeah.
but he walked out of that into the middle of town and looked as fresh and clean as anyone I've ever seen, like he was almost freshly bathed, though his clothes were tattered. That's for sure.
That's quite a
So,
tale.
but
So you would say there
uh,
was a miracle cure, but there was a price to be paid?
look, if you want more information about these things, there's a group of us that occasionally meet at the saloon. You'll get some other stories. You'll certainly get more truth out of them than you will out of the people in this town. I think they're all deluded. And don't get me wrong, the people in this town are good folk. I just think something's descended upon this thing with this dust and this darkness and all of that that's doing something. I don't know what. If
You'd
we could
say,
leave, we'd leave. But
yeah, long way to California. Are you afraid of this Reverend Cornfield at all?
no, I wouldn't be afraid of him. I mean, I'm older than he is, but I'm more fit, if you will.
You certainly appear to be a robust fella.
And
What
I've
kept
not
you?
seen anything. He's not his personality. I don't know. It's not really changed. It's if anything, he's just more enthusiastic. But genuinely, he might be trying to help somebody, but I think the devil's behind it.
Wouldn't be the first man to meet Satan in the desert.
Or be driven insane, become a demoniac. But I don't know. Throw a little holy water on him and a cross, and he might writhe up and start spitting. But we got crosses in the church and people singing the God's hymns, and he seems to be happy with it all. Just I try to remember that the Bible says that Lucifer, who's the morning star and the most beautiful of all the angels, also appeared as a snake. And so I don't know. It's beyond me. I just assume keep away.
Well, sir, thank you for your time. If we see you at the Deer Head Saloon, I'll buy you a sarsaparilla.
And he goes back to his work. Fern and who was it? Fern and Lloyd. You get to the house, and you're not that far from. You can almost halfway hear the conversation that's going on in the blacksmith shop. What do you guys do?
I look right at her. Fern, I guess you're the one leading this thing. Just follow behind.
Well, I'm thinking, I got this Bible. I'm going to take it out. I heard him say she's probably up on the roof. How about I do a walk around, see if I can see her up there? And you being the simple mute that you are, you just maybe let yourself in, poke around a bit.
I can do that.
Okay.
Actually, I don't even say I could do that. I just go.
So, Fern, you start walking around the building, and you immediately realize that you can't really see onto the roof. It looks like it's kind of a flattened roof at one part, and do a luck roll for me.
Pass.
You come around the back side of the house, you do notice a ladder that goes up the side of the house. You figure if you climb to the top of it, you could see onto the roof.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll just have my Bible tucked in to my waist and start up the ladder, being like, "Hello, hello."
Um, get back to you in just a moment. Okay.
Okay.
Lloyd, the door is not locked. So you just slip inside. The house, it seems like the blacksmith has a little bit of money. Obviously, he's got work all the time. So, like other simple jobs, he's the one blacksmith in town, so he makes plenty of money. There's a lot of nice gewgaws and doodads around that his wife probably used to decorate. There's a cabinet with nice china and things like that in it. It all looks very normal, except, like I say, for that thin layer of dust that's on everything. What would you like to do?
So what is just a quick dirty layout of the house? Like, is it like a big, like 2 or 3 story house? Is it just like a single 1 story with a roof? Or
No, it's 2 stories. The lower story, it's kind of compact. So you've got kind of like the entrance area when you walk through the door. You've got a little sitting parlor where she could entertain guests. You've got a more formal living room. There's obviously a room into a kitchen and maybe into a door into a basement and something like that. And then formal stairs going upstairs to where the bedrooms would be. But
Okay,
pretty much everything you'd expect to see in a little house.
I don't think I'd be spending a lot of time in the dining room or like the living room or anything like that. I'd be looking if there's maybe like a shrine or like a little cubby hole or something there might be like that. If nothing jumps out at me like that, that looks like it's a personal area, I'd probably start heading upstairs to the bedrooms.
Okay. Do a spot hidden for me.
That is a 68. I'll spend 27 points of luck.
27 points of luck to what? Get a regular?
To get a regular.
Okay. Yeah, you don't find anything.
God damn it, Tom.
But you thoroughly don't find anything. All right.
Is
you
that
start
just
up
everything, or is this like the top of everything, or is this just the bottom floor?
This is just the bottom floor. So you head up to the second floor, and you start to look around. Now, you don't know where she is. You think she's on the roof, but is she on the roof? Where would you like to look upstairs? Assume that there's maybe 2 bedrooms. One is the master suite, and the other one is her daughter's room.
Oh.
And then a bathroom and a.
I would start with the master suite.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you go in there. It looks to you like, well, you don't think that they've been using the bed. It looks odd. The bed is sort of made, but it doesn't look like it's been recently used. There's dust on it. You wonder, it makes you wonder, does she sleep in the bed? She probably doesn't. And her husband is kind of freaked out, so you don't know if he's sleeping in the bed either.
There's nothing underneath the bed, like just crawling underneath it, looking.
Yeah, there is. You find a number of large albums. They look like they're kind of white leather, kind of yellowish white leather. They're strung together, and you open it up, and there are a number of photographs of members of the family, relatives. Um, you see wedding photos, you see photos of little children, or at least one little child, little girl. It all looks very wholesome, and they all look kind of happy. But all of their past seems to sort of unfold in front of you, and it seems very normal. But there's nothing else beside that. There's no secret journal telling you about everything that's going on.
Check underneath the bed, like the mattress, just to see if there's anything in there.
Nothing under there.
Is there a the next thing I'd be looking like? Is there like a personal like lock boxes they would keep in here, like jewelry box, something that would keep valuables that not necessarily that I'm gonna rob them, I might, but if they would keep anything that might be hidden in there, like a valuable thing or anything, I don't know.
I think that you know what you're looking for, so yeah, there's a jewelry box.
Just pop it open and look inside.
Okay. It's not locked. You open it up, and there are a number of things. There's a string of pearls. There's a few earrings and things like you'd expect to see in a woman's jewelry box. Doesn't look like there's anything particularly expensive. It doesn't look like she has the opportunity to go out much, and get dressed up. Likewise with the armoire, there's, a couple of suits, but mostly just work clothes and for him and for her.
Okay.
All looks very normal. But you can now do me a spot hidden up here.
Oh, Christ, I better do a good job.
I'm going to start using up all of your luck points.
Jesus Christ. It doesn't matter. I rolled a 90. I can't spend that to get to 40. I'd have to spend everything.
I'd say that everything up here seems completely normal. Maybe there's something that you can't quite put your finger on that's odd, but you're running out of time. You've been in here a little bit too long.
If I had to do one last ditch effort to look at something, is there anything in here that looks like the dust has been disturbed? Like people have been walking around and touching things?
Yeah, I mean, it's lived in, so people are still putting clothes on and stuff like that. But nothing out of the ordinary.
I probably don't have time to check floorboards. Yeah.
Okay.
That'd probably be it. Fuck.
So, do you have any, like you say, one last thing you'd like to do? Or do you want to
master? I checked the master bedroom. There was.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. You can also check the girls' room, but it's exactly what you'd expect. It looks like the girls' room has been partly cleaned out because she's now married, so she's moved most of her stuff out. But looks like the mom was. No, nothing that you can see. There's no sheets on the bed. It looks like the mom might be moving it into becoming like a sewing room, something like that. It all looks just very ordinary. I'll give you one last spot hidden. Oh.
Where the hell are these people sleeping? Like if they're not... Oh, thank God. Thank you. I will take an 11 on a 41, okay. So that's a hard success. I'll spend 3 points of luck if an extreme does anything.
You look in the room, you go back and you look in the master bedroom, and then you start looking through the house as you're going back downstairs to leave. You don't see any Christian memorabilia, no crosses, no pictures of Jesus. no praying hands or anything like that. You don't know if they never had them or if they you got an 11. That's pretty good. You can definitely see a couple places on the wall where you think a crucifix would have been hung that's no longer there.
Okay.
All right, and you head down. So Fern, um, do a luck roll for me.
Oh my God, no. 100.
Oh, excellent. So as you're sort of calling out, uh, the wind is blowing, there's dust in the air. Your voice is not carrying very well, and as you crest the top of the roof, and you're now looking onto the roof, you see a woman. Um, she is, I would say, how old is she? You see a woman. She's in her mid 50s. Um, she has blondish hair, and she is laying on the ground of the roof. There's kind of a slate, they've got like slate on the roof. She's laying on the slate, and she's on her stomach, sort of curled up, but she is completely naked
Oh,
with the sun beating down on her. And from one woman to another, her skin and complexion are beautiful. She's got a beautiful tan, and she's like almost unblemished. You've never, for a 54-year-old woman, she's got no marks or, there's nothing there. She looks like she could be, she has a young woman's skin, if
right,
you will.
right.
And she fortunately did not hear you.
Oh,
So she's asleep in the sun. She could have been up here for hours.
I, I
You're
don't
almost
want,
afraid she's dead, but you can see she's breathing.
uh, I'm gonna kind of avert my eyes and be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I wake
Uh,
her up.
you do that, and she lifts her her torso up, and she turns around and she looks at you, and you can see her bare breasts. Um, and she's like, "Oh," like this, and she immediately pulls a cloth or a towel or something around her, and she says, "Oh dear, I uh, who are you?"
Oh, I'm Fern. I'm so sorry again. I tried the front door and nobody answered, so I walked around and I saw the ladder and thought, oh heck, why not? But me and my brother just came into town. We're staying at the Bingham, and
Do you mind?
oh, I'm
She
sorry,
says.
ma'am. I'm so I was wanting to talk to you about the
Well,
reverend.
no,
Oh,
give me a minute, please.
okay. Well, I'll meet you around back front. I'm so sorry.
And you climb back down the ladder. And after a few minutes, she also climbs down the ladder. Now she has her dress and everything back on. And she meets you back around the front, and she says, "Well, some people, uh, I thought I would have privacy. After all, who out here would bother to look up on the roof? What is it that you need?
Oh,
Who are
I'm
you?"
so sorry to have disturbed you. I'm from Cass, West Virginia, and our folks they hang around in the trees and everywhere else. So I just forgot my manners. I do beg your pardon. But yes, like I said, me and my brother were staying at the Bingham because we heard the Reverend's radio show, and my brother, he's a little simple and a little mute, and I thought maybe the Reverend could help him. And Mr. Adams at the hotel told us about you're healing from him, and I thought I wanted to talk to you about it, but I feel so embarrassed now.
Well, I understand. I'll tell you this, that since the Reverend has asked God to bless me, he's healed my skin condition, and now it's truly miraculous. My skin is like butter. It's like brand new, and it's I just enjoy the sunlight very much. It feels very good on my skin. Um, I'm sorry that you had to see that. Um,
Well, I
uh,
mean, if anything, it does. I mean, I heard about your skin affliction. If anything, it does prove. It totally proves that what everybody was saying is true. I'm sorry once again I saw you like that, but I mean, you do look gorgeous.
well, thank you. I feel transformed, and I owe it all to the preacher, to Reverend Cornfield. Um, I'll add at this point that Lloyd, you're coming down the stairs and you can hear the two of them right out front. There is a back door.
Oh, wait a minute. This is something I want to ask. I know you said there's a back door. You also said there's a door down to the basement. Did I see like a cellar door outside?
No. Actually, that does make sense. There is a cellar door outside. We'll say it's on the other side of the house.
I'm not going to go out the back door. I'm going into the basement.
Okay. All right. So you're slipping into the basement. We'll come back to Fern then. She says, well, yes, I'm glad to give my testimony, but I'm not exactly sure this is the best time. My husband is not exactly pleased with the Reverend, and he's working. You can hear him working over there, but um, you're certainly welcome to join us at church. Um, I forget my husband won't let us go, but the Reverend would be glad to meet you, I'm sure. And
Oh
if
my
you have,
goodness.
if
Why is
your brother has afflictions, then he should be able to heal them.
why wouldn't your husband be overjoyed? I mean, I've seen the miracle myself, and
There's always dissent, when there's miracles. I mean, how many prophets of the Bible were stoned to death? And I mean, even Jesus, despite the miracles, was crucified. It's just one of those things that happens. The devil causes dissension. He doesn't like it when good things are happening. But
uh,
I'll have to dismiss you at this point because my husband's close and he doesn't like me talking to people anymore.
oh, I'm sorry. If you ever want to come to the Bingham, I think we can get a meal there if your husband will allow that.
Mhm. I'll ask, but I don't think he will.
Okay. Well, is there anything that you would, if he's not allowing you to go to church, is there anything that you'd like me to relay to the Reverend for you?
Um, just tell him that I'm on his side and that I
All right.
believe in him.
All right. Well, it
Uh,
was real nice meeting you. I'm awful sorry that you're all caged up like this.
well, thank you for your concern. Good day. And she goes into the house. Lloyd, you're going to go down to the basement.
Yeah. What?
I could have you
gotta
roll
fix-
a spot hidden, but there's nothing down there. So,
Oh, Jesus Christ, Tom. How big of a basement is this at least?
about house-sized basement. So it's mostly got jars and pickles and things on shelves. And and stuff like that. But you find the doors leading outside,
Okay.
and they're not
You
locked.
you did say there were some pickles though.
Yeah,
I want to
pickles.
crack open a jar, take a pickle, and put it in my mouth and start going out.
Are you just leaving the open pickles downstairs?
I'll put the lid back on it and just like leave it right, where I found it. But
You broke the seal. All right.
but yeah, I imagine I'm sneaking out and I got a pickle in my mouth. I'm just
Yeah, you sneak out. You don't have any trouble. There's just not that much. And then you sort of meet Fern as she's coming around the other side of the house, walking away. Right. Who else?
crunch.
Has anybody else got something?
Hey, Fern.
Uh, what do you want to do next, Jack Stoney? I mean, yeah, Jack Stoney and Dr. Harrow.
I want to get a look at these new biblical passages. We haven't really met anybody that wants to introduce us to Reverend Cornfield yet. Uh, but I'm sure he's eager to share these corrections he's making. I've got a fair amount of Latin. I don't have any Greek or Hebrew or anything. But I don't know. Do we feel like are we heathens inside the saloon and true believers outside? What's the play?
Well, we're new in town, so we're not going to know who's who and what's what. So it shouldn't make a difference to the Reverend if we all heard the call.
Yeah, I mean that's principally what people would assume we're here for, is we heard a radio program and came to town.
Right, and we're playing good Christian and staying in the hotel, whereas they're playing bad Christian and staying at the saloon.
Yeah.
Well, let's go and see if we can meet the holy man, or if he's got a high accolade, or whether he's taken Christ down out of the church altogether and replaced it with a, I don't know, stuffed asp.
What about the floorboard guy?
Oh yeah, George Henson.
I mean, what are we going to learn? His wife's afraid of him. He sleeps under the floorboards. He worships Father Yeg.
At least he can sleep. These other people don't even seem to sleep.
No,
She
Miss
might-
Pearl sure does like to sunbathe.
Yeah, I imagine she's very popular with the neighbors.
She really
Luckily-
could learn a thing or two, though, about making pickles. It's not really worth a damn, and I just kind of throw the other half of the pickle away.
You know, if she gets botulism, that might be the best thing that happens in town. But you really
Well-
can't open up a canned good and just leave it unsealed like that.
I'll put the lid back on.
Wouldn't work that way.
I think it
Let
works out
germs
perfect.
Now, the Bible that I got from Mortimer is a regular King James Bible, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because I wanted one so we'd have it to compare to the new version.
But
Okay. So
those people didn't really strike me as like good Christian people, though.
Why are you saying that?
Just things didn't look right in the house. Like, things just don't look right. Like, I mean, where's the cross?
Use your sign language, Floyd.
Cross.
People are looking.
Man. Wall. Donde.
You
can you
mean
establish what
there
day
was
of the
a
week
missing
it is?
cross. Oh,
Yeah,
argue.
what night of the week did we have the daring raid in Red Hook?
I don't
It was a
know.
weekday, wasn't it?
It's the last date I have, because I am curious about how soon we are to Sunday.
Because I know we did do it
Well-
during the week. I do remember that. So that there
It'll
would be less
be-
people around.
just so that you know, it'll be Sundays and Wednesdays. So,
Right.
but yeah. That's what I was trying to determine when the next service is. We could just say that
Yeah, if
tomorrow's
we
Wednesday, you
snuck,
know.
okay, as you will. We arrived on a Tuesday in the late morning. We've been bothering people all day.
Have you spent the night here yet?
No.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
We
Okay.
just
Yep.
checked in.
It's probably getting evening now.
All right. So yeah. Um, so what are you going to do? Go to the church?
Well, Goose, what do you think our next plan is as we have left and are walking around a little bit?
Well, I don't know if we had left yet. I wanted to, because the house is just made entirely out of wood. So I was gonna listen to see where this lady is going. And if it's not in the living room with the stove, I just want to break in and get a look at those eggs.
Yes.
And if she is there, we might need a diversion, but it seemed to me
Well,
that we were pretty safe.
you can do a listen.
Give me 1 second. Okay, so let's roll 27. Okay, that's just a regular.
I mean, you can hear her fussing around the house a little bit. But it's not a big house, and she does seem to spend a lot of time in the kitchen area, which is where the eggs are.
Might need a diversion or something, Buzz, if we really want to look at those. I mean, what can we learn? On the other hand, I'm extremely curious.
Yeah, no, I
I was
understand.
thinking if, depending on how many eggs there are, if it's just a handful, she'll miss one of them. If it's like quite a few, we can maybe take one without her noticing.
Well, I mean, I can try to go knocking back on the door, ask her where the church is or something, or, if you need a big distraction, I could provide something,
To interject, that question wouldn't work because you can see the church from anywhere in the
yeah,
town.
I thought maybe so.
I mean, I would only need a minute or so, I think. Just get in, get a look at the box, and get out. So doors shouldn't be locked if she's home, so getting in shouldn't be hard.
What do we got around this house? Is it a one story?
It's a one story, and it's fairly small. I mean, you could cover the inside of the house in a matter of a couple of minutes. But that also means that any noise you make, you're going to hear it from anywhere in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair
Um,
enough.
What's out back?
a little yard, but once again, there's nothing there. It's all just dirt. There's a picket fence, but there's part of the picket fence fallen down. A lot of the paint is chipped on the house because of the wind and the dust. And it's not in great condition. But if it wasn't for the dust and the problem, it would be a nice little starter house for a newlywed and her husband,
Yeah.
to start going. Of course, it does not seem adequate for having children. So I don't think they were planning on having one, at
Yeah.
least at this point. Now they're having a whole brood. Uh, However,
The eggs
this
haven't
is
hatched yet. We don't know
this
if
is
that'll
this is this is pulp, and you have luck,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
you could tell me that you're going to go into the house and just manage to be in the wrong place at the right time so that she doesn't even notice you're there.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Jack just knocks on the door just in case. I'll just go in through the back. I assume they have a back door.
Yep.
And
It probably
just,
goes right into the kitchen.
yeah.
Are the windows covered? Like, or can I see into the windows?
You can see into the windows.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I see her if I see her walking towards the kitchen while you're there, I'm just going to throw a rock through the front window.
Let in all the dust.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that.
Remember, you do have the radio thing, so you can communicate with one
Yeah.
another.
If a distraction is needed, and I'll look around, find a little decent sized rock, be like, I will just fling this at the window. Maybe it'll just bounce off it, but it'll draw our attention for a second for you to get out there.
But let's do this.
We'll
Jack,
manage.
Jack, roll a 20-sided dice.
Well, I got a 1.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
So after just 1 minute of watching, she comes out of the kitchen. She's got another cup of tea in her hand, and she sits down on the couch, and sips the coffee. And it looks like she's just kind of distracted. She's resting. So the coast is clear.
Okay.
She's having a drink on the couch.
Copy that. I'll just open the back door, go into the kitchen, slide the box out.
Do a stealth roll for me.
Okay, this is always the tricky part for me. 29. That's a regular.
Okay.
I am
You're
using
moving.
electronic dice at the moment, but
You move in quietly, you slip into the kitchen. You go over to the stove, and the stove isn't blazing hot, but it's warm. And there's a cardboard box underneath it with a towel that's sort of draped over the top of it. It slides out effortlessly, and you look under the towel, and there are, looks like 7 of these long oval shape. They're long like this. They're white, and they're kind of leathery when you touch them. They look like big snake eggs.
7 might be too few to nick one without it being noticed. I'll try and memorize how they look and everything for, I don't know, if we want to research if these are real snake eggs, but I don't see anything else. They just look. How long do I know anything about snake eggs? How long they usually take to hatch? Do they look close to hatching or?
You have natural worlds.
Okay, I mean, I have base natural world of. No, I'm not going to spend 53 luck on this.
Do you actually pick one up and hold it, or
Yeah,
look?
probably for a bit to look. Cheers.
They are warm.
Maybe if there's a light, I'll keep it towards the light to see if it's kind of see through and see if like I can see what's inside.
Indeed it is. And you can see there's something inside of it. It's curled up, so you can't quite tell if it's a snake or if it has the shape of a fetus. Or something in between, because all you're seeing is the shadow of it on the inside of the egg. And it wiggles a little bit. You're holding it.
Ugh. Okay, I'll quickly put it back.
If you want to do a sanity roll, you can. But
I'll do one. Why not?
okay.
30. I pass.
You don't take any damage. You knew what you were expecting.
Yeah.
All right. So you put it back
Yeah, I'll put it back
And
and then get out.
and you slip out without any trouble at all.
We didn't see anything else weird in the house, right?
Not particularly,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
We didn't
That's
go
fine.
very far into it, but
There's not much more than that. You didn't see the kids' room. Uh, but it's probably just a small bedroom with a bassinet and a baby in it. So,
Well, I was wondering about. She seemed more concerned about her eggs than her actual human. Let's assume human child, but that's something for later, maybe.
all right. So you slip back out of the house
Yeah.
and you meet Buzz in the street, and
Well,
you guys are.
did you get one?
Well, she had 7 of them. I figured, might be a little too risky to get one, but I did get a good look at him, so
Yeah, what'd you find out?
I don't know.
So we start to walk away.
It might have a human in him. It might have a snake in him. Something in between. It was hard to say from the shadow, but it definitely looked like snake eggs, and she's taking good care of him. Something is wriggling inside. It's alive. I don't think Buzz has much natural world, but I probably described the eggs to see if he knows them. But yeah, I think
That's
he's
a
more of
bold
the
assumption
mechanic.
that is right.
Well,
I mean, you're
what's the
more
chance
of the
you seeing-
mechanics and everything.
Yeah, what chance are you going to know what a snake egg looks like in New York City? That's a David question, though.
There is a 10% chance, and I don't know.
Yeah. All
So
right.
what-
So
what-
where?
Yeah, what now,
Oh.
Goose? What
Might want to meet up
get
with
in
the
touch?
rest.
Yeah.
Get in touch, sync our info, and make our next plans.
Since you have the radios, do you want to sync up? Because
Does everybody want to meet
going
up?
to go to the church.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we finished with talking to Pearl and her husband, blacksmith.
Where you want to meet up, Stoney? Y'all want to, or are y'all doing something else first?
Dr. Harrow is keen on visiting the church at this point. We didn't really learn a whole lot. Really the same story over and over again.
Yeah.
Preacher's this great guy. He healed me.
Yeah.
I'm also concerned. I don't know how much we want to be seen together. If we want to, I mean, I don't know how closely the Reverend's favorite people are watching who goes where and so on.
We
But
might
we all need
just
to have supper. We could bump into each other at the Bingham Hotel.
Yeah, I think
Those of us who were on the straight and narrow maybe don't want to be seen at the saloon as of yet.
I think we just had the one thing, so maybe it would make sense for us maybe to go back to the saloon for a little bit, and then we'll just head back out, around dinner time and meet y'all at the hotel.
Yeah, fine with me.
And if we get into something between now and then, we'll let you know. But we didn't find out a whole lot more than what we already knew.
Well, I'm just keen on getting one of these revised Bibles and
Yeah.
see what he's preaching to the people.
Yeah, I'm curious as to whether he's getting new revelations all the time too. I mean, until we see Cornfield, I don't know how much we're going to learn, but when we do, we better be ready. All right.
So, Fern, Stoney, Lloyd, and Dr. Jude, you are heading down Liberty Street towards the church. And the only thing of any significance that you will pass on the way is the Bingham Public Library. It's an old building. It's not huge.
It's
Probably
ambitious.
not much more than one large room with a lot of books in it.
And the town does have its own little paper, right?
It does. It's not on this street. The Bingham Journal is over on First Street. If you were to make a left-hand turn right where the public library is, that would take you over to the library. I mean, to the journal.
Are the library hours posted?
Sure, but in a small town like this, nothing is set in stone. So it's just more or less if the librarian is there at that time.
Okay.
And then the rest, Gustav and Buzz, what were you going to do? Are you going to go back to the saloon?
Think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Right. So you are in fact going down Main Street and you're heading towards the saloon, which is cool. All right. Let's go ahead and do cornfield this time. So the four of you saunter down. It's a rather traditional looking Protestant church. It's white. It's got a steeple on it. It's what you'd expect from a church. Out in front, there is a large cross that's there, and there is a sign. Now, you can tell that the sign would have said, or should say, the First Church of Christ the Redeemer. But part of the sign has been removed, and now it just says the First Church. As you're approaching it. There are services in a board on the front. It says Wednesday morning, and Sunday morning. All are welcome.
Well, it looks like Christ isn't welcome here anymore.
Yeah, I bet I've heard talk of God, but not of Jesus. It's noteworthy. Is there a churchyard attached to it with graves?
No, there's not. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be like Catholic, so it doesn't have a churchyard. It gives you the feeling of a revivalist church. It's
white clapboard, simple windows, probably.
Right.
No
is
there a suggestion that there's a residence attached for the preacher or a separate building, or?
You don't see anything like that. So he might live somewhere nearby in town. What I was going to say about the cross that's there, it's a substantial cross. So the problem would be if you wanted to remove it, how would you remove it? And it looks like that might be the reason why it's still there, is you'd have to do construction to.
That's on the steeple or just on the front? And it's
on the out in the front of the yard near the sign.
And are there people out about right now, or just us?
Just the dirt and the dust and you.
Well, you said part of the sign to the church was marked out, but
it's
are
missing.
there? Oh.
Yeah,
it just says the First Church.
Oh. I thought it was scratched out.
No, imagine it's like you see like the little shadow lines of like where they took the lettering and all that out, and you can kind of see where it's still on there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe it all just fell apart, but you don't know.
Has there been any like defacing of the cross markings? No.
There's a couple steps up to a porch, a little cupola over the porch, and then two big double doors going in. And it says maybe underneath that sign, it says Reverend Paul Cornfield.
Well, what do you think?
Pastor.
Should we go in? I know it says that they're having their services tomorrow evening.
Tomorrow morning. Apparently, they don't care about working folks' hours. So, doesn't hurt to knock. The Reverend might have an office inside the church and might be willing to talk to visitors, those who are summoned from afar by his message.
Yeah, you think he'd be around waiting with bated breath.
It's quite a summons he sent out, after all. Is there any sort of clapper on the door? Or is it probably just open
No,
for service and
just the big door handles.
Mhm. Well, I think we knock 3 times, wait a minute, and if we don't hear an answer, we'll see if the doors are locked. Why lock a church after all? It's a sanctuary.
Yeah, you don't seem to find any doors in this town that are locked. They're not afraid of criminals because there aren't no criminals out here.
And with that right there, I'm going to step into the church.
Okay. The door, in fact, is unlocked.
We did insist on knocking first, and there was no answer,
Okay.
I assume.
Yeah. You knock and you sort of open the door at the same time. When you open the door, the church is pretty much plain and white on the inside. The windows are just clear windows, but they're large. There are pews going on either side, and up towards the front of the church, you see a man. He's rather tall, maybe a little over 6 feet. He is dressed very nicely in a sort of a pastor's outfit, black with a little white collar. He's rather strikingly handsome. And it just so happens that he was sweeping the dust off of the front end of the church. And as you open the door, of course, that makes quite a noise. And he's like, "Oh, please come in. You're welcome. Please, I was just cleaning."
Well, sorry, Reverend, we'll get the door.
Oh, yes, this dust is something else, isn't it? What a nightmare it is. Please come inside. May I ask what brings you to Bingham?
Reverend Cornfield, we assume.
You already know my name. Did you get that from the door, or have you been listening to my broadcasts?
I think we've all heard him.
I'm just nodding
Wonderful.
excitedly.
Oh, please come inside. Yes, it's quite an amazing turnout. We've been growing steadily for a month now. I'm hoping to see even more soon. There was a young man and his boy here that were here just an hour or so ago, and I greeted them, and wonderful. I'm glad to see there's more of you. He said that there were some people on the train with him.
Yes, Mr. Mortimer and his son. I bought a Bible off of him because unfortunately I left mine at home.
Oh, well, what can I do for you? We have services tomorrow morning. You're certainly welcome to come. The Lord blesses us with prosperity. I'll kind of do a spot hidden for me as you're standing there.
It's a good idea.
I got extreme with a 4.
I see nothing.
Yeah,
Glad someone did, because that was another fail for me.
76.
Okay. Those of you who passed, did any of you get hard
I got
pass?
an extreme.
Oh, you got an extreme. Okay,
Yes.
that's cool. So those of you who passed, you do notice a couple of things. One is that the crucifix with Jesus on it is sort of been draped with something just to cover it up. And there are paintings on the wall that you kind of assume are Adam and Eve. They're crudely done, but it's definitely Adam and Eve with a tree in the center and a serpent in the tree. Still Judeo-Christian imagery, but it seems to be strongly emphasized as part of the church. Other than that, the church looks fairly normal. There is a pulpit up in the front with a large book on it. You assume it's the Bible. And Fern, since you got an extreme, you notice one other thing that's a little odd. To the left of the altar, over against the wall, it looks like there's a fairly common sort of card table, a bigger card table, and some chairs. And it looks like there's paper and there's crayons and things like that. And the children of the parish have been drawing pictures and they're stuck on the wall. Now, that sounds all very wholesome, but it's kind of odd. You've never seen anything like that in a church, you know, maybe in the rec room, maybe in the hall, something like that. But right up there, that seems kind of odd. And if you guys are talking and sort of wandering just a little bit, you notice that the pictures are kind of odd too, obviously drawn by children. There's a couple of depictions of what's obviously, once again, Adam and Eve with the serpent in between. But you also notice one very odd looking picture. It looks like a man, and he's lying down inside of a cave with no context, you know, like something from the mind of a child, but oddly specific, you know. Meanwhile, the pastor is like, well, you know, are there any questions I can answer for you? Or I'm sure you're curious about a lot of things. You've come all this way. Where did you come from?
And I just kind of smile and like, I guess trying to brotherly nudge like Fern right in the ribs kind of hard and just start like pointing at him. Like I'm obviously trying to get her to answer.
Well, me and my brother, we came from West Virginia. It's a long way to come, but
Indeed.
he doesn't talk much, you see, and when we got to town and we heard about the people that had been healed, we was hoping that maybe you could help Floyd out.
Smiling and nodding, like just the biggest shit-eating grin possible, and just smiling and nodding.
Of course, yes. I mean, let's save that for tomorrow's service. But yes, I'll be glad to help.
You hear that, Floyd? You're going to talk again.
He starts to ask you a lot of medical or questions about Lloyd, you know, and so you're probably going to continue to make stuff up.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
he just hasn't talked much since he's a little toddler. You know, my mama thought for a while that maybe he was just plain dumb. But no, he's pretty smart. He just he doesn't verbalize very much.
Well, the Lord gives gifts to those who are in need, and perhaps the Lord will shine down upon him and loosen his tongue.
Is he buying this? Like I can't really talk to him, but I am like trying to
Do a
see
psychology roll.
Okay, finally something I'm good at. Oh god. And I'm really good at that. That's an extreme.
Well, I think that Pastor Cornfield is probably reasoning that it doesn't make any difference one way or the other. Some people will exaggerate things and say things, and you know, so he's a little skeptical, but he's not hesitant. He will be happy to lay his hands upon you and heal you of anything that you might need. He's very enthusiastic. Do any of you have questions for him? Or, I mean, he seems very open.
Well, Mr. Adams at the hotel, when I mentioned the Bible and he told me about Mr. Mortimer like found the Bible, but he said that you had an updated version, and I was very curious about that.
Well, the Lord has spoken to me, and he's inspired me to see the truth. The Bible was written so long ago, and it's passed through so many hands, and each person has their own interpretation. And after some time, some of the truths that were originally there have been muddled, and the Lord wants me to restore the truth. You see, and he turns around and he looks up at the Adam and Eve painting, and he says, "You see, there is a misinterpretation about what the serpent was actually giving to mankind. He wanted mankind to understand what is right and what is wrong, and to live a good and honest and holy life. But the serpent is the one who caused that. He's the one who brought about mankind's enlightenment. He's not the bad guy in the story. That's just the way people have misunderstood it. He gave mankind everything that we have, our brilliance, our intelligence, our gifts of beauty and love. That all comes from him. And I'm just trying to make people try to understand that. If I hadn't received a direct revelation, then I would be skeptical myself. I've been convinced by God himself looking down upon us and giving me this gift of healing. I mean, you've maybe met some of the people in town. They'll tell you the things.
Well, how did this revelation come upon you?
Oh, I'll sum up the story. I was desperate. I was at the end of my rope. I really, truly, honestly believed that I had to know whether God had abandoned us or not. You've seen the conditions outside. The farms are destroyed. The people are in squalor. And so I made up my mind to follow Jesus and do what he did, to go into the desert all alone, without any kind of means of sustaining myself, and hoping and praying that God would sustain me, have faith in me. And if I died, I would die. But if I survived, if he wanted to bring his message, then he would use me. I offered him my existence to use as he wished. And it was many, many days that I was out there, and I was hungry, and I was thirsty, and I was running out of energy. And there came a moment when I thought, if I'm going to die, let it happen now. And I lay down, and I lay there for a while, and I could almost feel the end coming. But then a voice came, and it said, "Get up, Paul. Come with me. I will show you. You've been faithful and you've been true, and I will raise you up, and I will give you the gifts you need. And you will go back and you will preach me unto them. And some will believe and some will not. But the ones who believe will be saved." And then he goes on and on and on, on and on and on. very, you know, he
Enthusiastic.
believes
Long-winded.
yeah, but
Does this feel
uh,
very genuine? What he's saying? Like I'm not
yeah,
constantly trying to.
he almost glows when he's saying it. But then again, you're a con man. You know that a person can put on a show. But these people seem simple. You'd think that he doesn't come across as a con man. So maybe he honestly, genuinely believes what he's saying.
So this is worse. He actually believes it.
Well, from Cornfield, would you say that the spirit that visited you was God the Father or the Holy Spirit, or was it Jesus the Messiah?
I'm not sure that those words are really adequate. Those are words that we use, but I'd say it was the Holy Spirit
Mm-hmm.
because it was. I don't know how to describe it. It spoke from within and it transformed me, and I was filled with joy and light, and I felt truly rescued. And I would just like everybody to feel that way. Come to our services tomorrow. You'll see.
We're looking forward. And are you publishing the amendment? Are the amendments to the Old Testament and the New Testament both
Oh, you mean
that
the
have been revealed to
corrections?
you?
Well, I
Yes.
would I would love to. I'm still working on it. And he glances up at the big book up above. He says, "Yes, it's a work in progress, but it's what I devote most of my time. If you had come in only a half an hour earlier, I would have been working on it then. But I needed to sweep the dust. You don't understand the dust.
Seems like quite a plague, but I'm sure the Holy Ghost will be assisting with that soon.
Indeed.
Well, we look forward. I mean, I'm sure we'll all be here for services in the morning. Uh, and yeah, we all, of course, individually and as a group, are in need of healing.
Well, God brought you here, so have faith. He will He will supply whatever you need. Perhaps, perhaps if you truly feel moved, I do occasionally take some followers out into the desert
Mm.
to experience what I experience.
Mm.
Uh, Mr. What was his name? Mortimer. Mortimer, what was your name? Mortimer Allen. Mortimer Allen and his son would very much like to accompany us. Perhaps later in the week we can set that up. Maybe on Friday, if you're interested.
I'm shaking my head very much, and I'm over here like poking Fern and trying to make it look like I'm very excited and trying to get her attention.
All right, boys, settle down.
Would we have to go without food and drink, as you did, or as a
Oh
picnic?
yes,
Hmm.
no food or drink, but have faith. God will keep you safe.
You seem very robust. We thank you for your time. I appreciate that you have the church open.
If you need anything, you can talk to the people at the Bingham Hotel or any of the congregation. If you have any trouble, uh, the sheriff is my right hand. Uh,
Good to
he
know.
will help you with anything that you need. Uh, but go with God and rejoice. You've come this way. We'll show you tomorrow.
I have to hurry out because I'm desperate to say something and not a call to him, but you know, bite
All right.
both my
Well,
tongues.
you guys want to leave? You're leaving?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So you go back out and you're sort of you're going to head back towards your hotel or saloon.
Yeah, we're not the saloon. We're keeping our noses clean. We'll invite bad boys Buzz and Goose to come and have dinner with us.
I like to think as you radio us over the radio, you hear Buzz like, yeah, no, we're ready. And you hear, some piano playing in the background. And Buzz is like, that's a good one, Goose. It's like, are y'all done at the
Very
church?
drunk by now.
Oh, we're done, but we'll be there in the morning.
Okay. Are we meeting up for dinner still?
Seems like you could use a little solid food in there.
I'm gonna let our you should be here. This Goose is just magical fingers on the keys.
I don't think he should introduce jazz to Oklahoma right now. I think it's a little dangerous.
Oh, I'm playing ragtime.
Oof.
All right. Is that
All right,
also not done? I mean,
That's where the corruption starts. Is the ragtime.
There's now two corrupting forces in this town.
So I'm going to just sort of jump partly back to the saloon. And give you a couple of additional people that you meet at the saloon.
Jack is definitely buying rounds again, just trying to make friends and get information.
One guy you meet is rather drunk. And he has nothing nice to say at all about the Reverend. And he is Mr. Hilliard Fowler. He's an older man, 61, in his 60s. And he is the owner of the Straight Grain Lumber Company, where the incident with George Henson took place. He says he's drunk, and he says I've seen the man crushed to death and then brought back to life, but if there's the devil at work, it's that pastor, and I don't think that we should have to put up with this nonsense. I think he's trying to lead us all astray.
Was his body reformed if he was crushed? Did the pastor lay hands on him?
Old so George was crushed under 20 tons of fallen logs. I don't know how he could possibly survive, but now that he's been healed, he's the most agile person I've ever seen. He can climb up things and climb around things. And
so was he dead when he got crushed and then the Reverend brought him back to life? Or
well, very well, I mean, he should have been, but I guess there was still a bit of life clinging inside of him. And
did this happen at your
lumber
yard?
Right in front of us all.
And the Reverend came there and
he did. He heard there'd been a terrible accident and he came running, and we were struggling just to figure out how the hell we were going to move the logs and stuff. But we got some of them to roll off of him, and as soon as he was exposed, the Reverend grabbed a hold of his hand and held it and started saying some prayers and asking God to have mercy, and George just came back.
Jumped right up and
healthy as a horse and agile. Now, putting a couple things together, George is the one who sleeps under the floorboards.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's And he's at work right now, just working away, and doesn't seem to get tired very easily. And I've never seen anything like it. And I'm sure it's the devil. I'm sure it's some sort of horrible trick.
It sounds
And
unnatural. I mean,
I think that we need to do something. I think that we need to stop the Reverend from what he's doing.
I mean, like run him out of town, or
Oh, maybe. Back in my day, they would have tarred and feathered somebody if they suspect they were. I don't know. Maybe
I mean,
he's pretty drunk.
yeah.
I mean the Reverend seems to have a lot of true believers on his side. They might not take kindly to making a move against him.
Horde of deluded fools. The only one I'd worry about is the sheriff.
Who's the sheriff of this town?
Sheriff Cliff Benson. I mean, I just think that he's fallen for it lock, stock, and barrel. And
So he's in with the Reverend then.
well, he's definitely. I mean, they were always friends, but
Did
I
he
think
get
he knew that. I think he knew the Reverend better than anyone, and he's convinced that God is working through him.
did he get
I know
divine
Reverend.
healing, or
No, not that I know of. I think he might just be concerned for the welfare of everyone involved, but he certainly wants to follow a holy man and protect him from dissenters. But
so if you're going to make
I
a
don't
move,
know.
you'd have to contend with the sheriff.
Yeah, unless we can
The sheriff,
get the
the
sheriff
only
somewhere else.
is he the only lawman in town, or does he have like deputies or something?
No, he's the only lawman. We're too small to have anything but one sheriff. We don't even have a courthouse. We just have a small jail. I don't think it's even been used in 20 years. He's not happy with me though, because I tend to drink a little.
The sheriff's not happy with you, or
Well, no. I mean, I'm
both? I
sure
guess
he's not
both of
happy
them.
with any of us, but I tend to mouth off a little bit too much. Uh,
Well, nothing wrong with a drink every now and then. I mean,
No, nothing wrong with a little mouth either.
Here,
You
here.
know,
he starts to drift away. Um,
just falls asleep on the table.
Yeah.
so I guess my question is, do you want to move on to dinner and discuss things, or do you want to call it there and discuss things next episode?
I'm up for whatever.
We've still got a few minutes if you. We'll
mean,
sit
I
and
could
get
eat.
together for dinner.
Yeah,
yeah. We
All right.
about one more round. Tell them we'll see them later tonight for anyone who's around after dinner, and you know, promise them some more goose tunes. And head out
we're
the
gonna
door.
drink the saloon dry if we keep.
All right. So you guys are getting together for dinner. We'll say you have it's ridiculous to say a private room, but you guys have privacy, so you can talk amongst yourselves.
Yep. So after we exchange our druthers and wherefores, I agree, Fern, that it might be worth having a look at the church that nobody goes to anymore. Just to see if there was something left behind, or if the other preacher was driven out more than gave up.
Right, it just seems awfully odd because where did all those parishioners end up? Probably at the new church.
Or they're part of the dissenters. I mean,
Yeah, the dissenters, while few, are pretty steadfast in their beliefs that this reverend's not good news.
And they seem to be good God-fearing men. Just not fan of this reverend.
Yeah, I
His
don't.
new interpretation.
Well,
I don't-
maybe
I-
the next time you go, well, when you go back, if there's anybody left around, maybe you should ask them some questions about the old church.
Well,
Go ahead.
the blacksmith seemed to think that, or said that there was meetings that took place at the saloon.
Yeah, some kind of organized resistance.
So maybe you guys could become members.
I think the owner of the lumberyard was putting his feelers out for us, or maybe he was just saying too much. But
Yeah,
I think he would be open to us lending our aid.
Yeah, and he'd had quite a bit to drink, but there may be at least the beginnings of an idea of moving against the Reverend.
Well, and from what he said in the church, I'd move that we, Floyd, remember, use your hand signals. And you've got a little bit of biscuit again. I don't think we should interfere with anything too overtly. I really wanted to call him a white monkey and Naakal and see what he did, but I think we want to keep our cards close to our chest until we go with him on his pilgrimage on Friday. Those of us who are good churchgoers, and maybe a couple of you and some of your special nutmeg friends, Buzz, will come along on a separate trail, because if he met his yig in the desert, it's probably going to need more than a pop gun to take it away. But if he can uncrush a man who was under an entire load of lumber,
20 tons.
20 tons.
that's properly, he resurrected a paste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means, he's got potentially an army to hand that doesn't
this
ever
be
stop.
It's our first night in town, and I don't know. The longer we're here, the more eyes we're going to draw. Do you think maybe we should follow him tonight? Just see what he's doing, where he's going? And, I mean, if we can find out where his house is, if he lives in the church, there might be something there.
Again, I don't want to break anything until he takes us out of the desert.
I mean, we can
Well, I just want to
We
find
can
out and see
start-
what he's doing.
gather some information. From what you told us, the church doesn't seem to have, it's not where he's housed. And during the day, he's in the church. So we could definitely, sneak into his home, see if he has any documentation, papers, anything of note lying there.
Yeah, it seems like his new religious text he's keeping right on the altar. And maybe he is sleeping there. Maybe he doesn't sleep anymore, or maybe he's, naps on the roof during the noonday sun.
Now that
And
you
he
mention
wasn't
that,
married, was he?
No.
Okay.
now that you mention about not sleeping, I don't think they were sleeping where we were, with the naked lady and the blacksmith. I don't think they sleep.
Well, the blacksmith might be, sacked out on the couch every night or some such.
I mean, I didn't check the couch, but no one slept in that bed for a week.
Did you get away with an heirloom watch or some, a emerald brooch from handed down or anything else useful? I mean,
No, Harold, I really resent that.
No, all he could grab was a pickle.
And Fern, I really resent that.
But she did some sleeping up on that roof. Maybe they only like to sleep where it's nice and warm.
But then why
Didn't
would you
you
sleep under the
that the-
floorboards?
The daughter's bed was also not slept in, right? And
Yeah,
she seems
nothing.
to be pretty opposed to the priest and his miracles. So Where's
the
she
daughter
sleeping?
doesn't live there anymore. She lives with her husband.
I
thought
thought
you
she was single and just
No.
with like because she was with Gregory in the saloon, but Gregory is already married to another person. So,
Oh, wait a second.
but they're both cheating. Okay,
Hold on.
it's a
I
den
think
of sin out there.
I got something mixed up. Where is she?
Let's get our Peggies in order.
Now, you
I
know,
know nobody slept in that house. I do know
Okay.
that.
Susie does live at home, and she was sleeping there.
Oh, okay.
now,
Okay.
I trust we've known each other long enough that y'all won't take offense, but Lloyd, Dr. Harrow, and Goose, are y'all sleeping as normal? Or do you find yourself sleeping less?
Just
I mean,
normal.
my teeth aren't even loose yet, so
I don't know what the hell's wrong with both of you, but I slept fine last night.
All curled up in a little.
I just, checking in. So, I mean, if they're not sleeping and y'all weren't sleeping, then maybe correlations or whatnot.
well, no, George
But-
is sleeping
but
under
we-
the floorboards.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we know
That
one
doesn't
guy
make
who's
sense. It wouldn't
definitely
be warm.
sleeping.
That would be colder.
Well, we know he's under there, and he was also under a bunch of logs. So,
Yeah, and there's different nesting behaviors. I'm curious. I mean, how much did the egg weigh that you picked up, Goose?
So it was about yay big, I think.
Maybe a pound or two. Nothing more.
Oh,
It wasn't
so
really
it's
heavy.
it's either going to be a little ripped baby, which means she's going to have a lot of, I don't know. I mean, she'd have to raise mice or gerbils or something if she's gonna raise them up from tiny things. I'm just glad they're not, massive.
Doctor, wouldn't you, if you know anything about these, why don't you just go get one and like cut it open and like look in it?
But
Well,
what if it's part human? Wouldn't you find that to be wrong?
Hell no.
I mean, maybe she doesn't even know what's going to come out of them.
I will say that townsfolk who were pro cornfield seem remarkably uncurious about the changes in town.
Something unsettling about Cornfield. He believes every damn thing he's saying.
I mean, there is something to be said for, undying religious devotion.
And
People see a miracle and they just
We should find out
dive
who's
in.
gone on these pilgrimages with him and see what they have to say about their experience.
I don't know if you remember or not. Do you remember yesterday we were told people that came here, a lot of them don't leave?
Yeah, I mean, some of that's probably just replacing those who fled the Dust Bowl, right? Replacing a fading community. Some of them might have gone on west. Some of them might be, but there's no reason to assume that there's a lot of death. I think we need to go to the services in the morning, not smelling like the inside of an oak barrel, and then we need to visit the library, the sheriff, the newspaper.
I mean, me and Buzz, we heard the call, so to say. That's why we came to town, but we haven't introduced ourselves to the Reverend. So we have to see how we'll play that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
Yeah.
still say we go and follow him tonight.
Well, feel free.
I mean,
Yeah.
Anybody
6
wanna go
people
with?
following somebody is going to stand out way more than one person lurking in the shadows.
I mean,
Six
I-
people
I
walking
can.
together in a town this size looks like a parade.
I mean, I certainly can. Would anybody else want to go with me?
Well, I hope you're better at sneaking around and following people than you are trying to sneak through a house.
I'm up for it.
All right. That's probably a good spot to stop it for the evening. And we will come back. We'll do that first thing next time. Our players included Cohen Lighton, Kerry Comer, Kent Blue, Julian Arba, Dakota Poole, and David Gassaway, with yours truly as the Keeper of Arcane Lore. We have a Discord server where you can chat with other members, you can set up private games, and you can learn the finer arts of gameplay and game mastering. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Spotify, Podbean, or iTunes. Support for the show is provided by our patrons who are listed in the closing credits. If you'd like to show us your appreciation, please visit our Patreon page, or you can use the thanks button just below the screen. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Thom Raley, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Pulp Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck, good gaming.